Thanks, everyone, and we've now reached the moment where we get every year to present the Matthew P. Sapolin Visionary Award. And I am personally really thrilled to tell you that to introduce that award this year, we are so proud to have the president of Borough College, Dr. Mitchell Wallerstein, with us, who is going to present this award. I want to tell you just a little bit about Dr. Wallerstein, because again, it's astounding how much some people have done with their lives. Dr. Wallerstein brings extensive career experience in public education and in higher education rather, and public policy to his current role as the president of Borough College. He served as the dean of the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs at Syracuse University, which just happens to be the nation's leading graduate school of public and international affairs and social sciences. Other incredible career highlights include he was vice president of the John D. and Catherine T. Barker Foundation. Many of us will know about that. And Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Counter-Proliferation Policy and Senior Representative for Trade Security Policy with the U.S. Department of Defense. He was Deputy Executive Officer at the National Research Council, the academies both of science and engineering. He's held academic positions at the National Defense University, at Johns Hopkins, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, among other places. A native New Yorker, Dr. Wallerstein holds a PhD and an MS degree in political science from Syracuse University, and an AB from Dartmouth College. And as you might expect from all that, President Wallerstein has brought such distinction and experience to Baruch, and I just wanted, this is off script, but I just want to say he has done so much to make sure that the various parts of the college really work together and operate as teams in a way that I just don't think it happened before. It's my absolute honor to present to you President Dr. Mitchell Wallerstein.
Thank you, Karen, for that very generous introduction. It's really a pleasure to join you this afternoon for the 8th Annual Employment and Visual Impairment Conference. The work at the Computer Center for Visually Impaired People is making a difference in the lives of many New Yorkers, some of whom are joining us here today. Conferences like this go a long way to increasing the freedom, the independence, and the productivity of people who are blind or visually impaired by bringing important policy issues to the forefront. And the workshops provide important information that improve practices that help improve the daily life of people with visual impairments. Since 1978, Borough College has supported the CCVIP, one of the first organizations to use digital technology to help provide enhanced opportunities for people with visual impairment. Today, the CCVIP not only provides information and training on assistive computer technology, but also conducts research on innovative ways to improve the quality of life for visually impaired people. CCVIP's efforts are part of Baruch's mission to make a world-class education accessible to a highly motivated and diverse student body. The college accomplishes this through its 3 acclaimed schools: the Zicklin School of Business, the Weissman School of Arts and Sciences, and the School of Public Affairs, as well as through our School of Continuing and Professional Studies. The college's impact was recognized recently by Mayor Bill de Blasio in his State of the City address, which he delivered right here at Baruch, when he noted that Baruch is, quote, the college that epitomizes opportunity and possibility for all New Yorkers. Now, a person who is similarly making a difference in the lives of New Yorkers and truly making it happen is Manhattan's 27th Borough President, the Honorable Gale E. Brewer. championed important legislation and policies that continue to make a positive impact in our community. She has co-sponsored and shepherded a bill that was signed this past December to triple the number of accessible pedestrian signals required to be installed in people. These are just part of her efforts to support people with visual impairments, and these go back well over a decade. In the New York City Council, she was the founding chair of the Committee on Technology, and in that role, she demonstrated a deep understanding of the benefits that technology can provide to blind and visually impaired people. She was also the lead sponsor of legislation that guarantees paid sick leave for most hourly employees. And through her efforts, millions of New Yorkers have seen an improvement in the quality of life. For her long-standing commitment and contributions for the advancement, well-being, and full participation of people who are blind and visually impaired in all aspects of life in New York City, it is Baruch's and the CCVIP's honor to present the Honorable Gale Brewer with the Matthew P. Sapolin Visionary Award. The award is Commissioner Matthew P. Sapolin Visionary Award presented to Gale A. Brewer in recognition of her long-standing commitment to full access for the blind and low vision community.
Thank you very much, President Allstein, and I want to thank Dr. Karen Gorgi, and I want to thank my friend Barbara Fife, who's a fellow honoree. I want to thank all the honorees. This is a huge turnout. It's a big honor to be here and to receive the Matt Sapolin Visionary Award. I think you knew how much he did for our city's residents with disabilities. He made building code more accommodating, created a mentoring program, and he led an effort to freeze rents for some tenants. But more importantly, he was a West Sider. I'm a West Sider. I know exactly where he lived on 71st Street, and his family is still there and fabulous. And the playground at PS 199 is named after him. It was one of the first, if not the first, accessible playground, and it's a very special award. I knew exactly how much he did for all of us, so I really don't even feel deserving because he did so much, but I am honored to be here and to share the podium with Karen is particularly special for me. The work that she has done and everyone has done at Baruch at the Computer Center is something that I also have a great deal of respect for, because the work that anybody does in technology is hopefully for somebody else. Technology for technology's sake is not appropriate, but when you use technology to gain access, to get information. I got involved with technology because I thought that government information should be public, and so much of it is not. And so in passing legislation like the Open Data Bill, which puts information online so that all city databases are now supposed to be online, and that again opens up job possibilities, information possibilities, and so on. So I think I've always been aware of the challenges faced by those with vision loss. I think I first learned from those in the Jewish Guild for the Blind because I was a city council member on the west side. I had a lot of friends who were members of the Jewish Guild and learned a lot from the community and what that program did. Actually, they have a wonderful technology lab that I used to spend hours in because I'm a technology nut. So is Karen, by the way. So once you get addicted to technology, it's something that you learn from, but it does grab you. So that lab is really special. And one of the things I love about the Big Apple Circus is its Circus for the Senses program. It brings exciting experiences of the circus to young people with hearing and sight impairments. And as a council member, we got more money in the council for expense than we do for capital, just so you know. So we used to give them as much money as we could to make sure that young people, particularly from the New York City Housing Authority, could go to that particular Big Apple Circus program. And then I've worked with the community out in terms of 504, United Spinal, and all of the programs that work with the disabled community, but particularly the accessible pedestrian signal issue. And I want to thank Karen Gorgie, Dr. Karen Gorgie, because she has been the leader, as well as folks from, I know, I also want to thank people from, I never remember, Lighthouse, Gale Lighthouse, it's just, the two joint wonderful, wonderful programs, and I see people there at the table, and I want to thank you for all the support you've given me in making this real, because when we were in City Council during the Bloomberg administration, we started under Jeanette Sadikhan. We didn't get as far as we would have liked, and we're still pushing. More bills passed in the recent administration, but there's still a lot to be done. So the fact of the matter is, we had local law 21 of 2012, and then local law 60 expanded the program. So that the annual requirement is now 75 signals, but it's not enough. People who are visually impaired, as we all know, and you know better than I, go to every possible intersection. So every possible intersection needs to have the opportunity to be able to cross with a pedestrian signal that you can hear. We need to make that every single intersection. And I'm not going to give up until it's done. And I also want to say something that was really special to me, that in the council in 2005, on April 20th, we gave the city's first Braille proclamation. At that point it was Lighthouse. And that was on the occasion of their 100th anniversary. And I remember that was the first time there had ever been a Braille proclamation, and we need to do many more. So that was also something thanks to the community here. And then I'm a big believer in fresh fruits and vegetables. Truth be told, I hate vegetables unless they're fresh, I'll be honest with you. But don't tell anybody, because I know I'm supposed to love vegetables. But when they're fresh and they're from the market and they have taste, as opposed to what you get if it's not fresh. Yeah. So when I had the opportunity to work with the farmers market and work with seniors to bring fresh fruits and vegetables to the senior centers, we did that. And now we're doing it all across Manhattan as the Manhattan Borough President. We're going to make sure, and one of our phenomenal partners is Vision. Because and there we have a food box program that we work with Councilmember Corey Johnson. And we work with Visions to publish a large print and Braille version of the weekly produce guide so that all participants can receive the same farm production, recipes, and storage tips highlighted in the literature. So you get a bag of fresh fruits and vegetables, and then you get the recipe and you get to understand how to take care of it. I must admit, I am pretty focused on every single month, or every single week, at 1 Center Street, we now have fresh fruits and vegetables for $10. And I take the recipe home and we work to come up with the squashes and the cabbages and things that I must admit, maybe you know how to cook, but I'm learning how to cook. But the same is now true of Vision. So we need to expand that, because then people will have a better diet. I'm very, very excited. We have also been, again, thanks to many people in this room, working with volunteers and advocates across the borough to canvass pedestrian ramps along Broadway. It is Manhattan's main thoroughfare, but it needs to be in compliance with ADA, and we're going to release these findings and recommendations later this spring. We have literally been at every single crosswalk in every single location to decide whether or not the pedestrian ramp is working. And I've always believed that the disabled community is first on so many ways of keeping our city safe, because whether it's the pedestrian ramps, whether it's the pedestrian signals, whether it's what's supposed to be going when you renovate an apartment, but often isn't in terms of making it ADA, then the rest of the community is happy. The strollers are happy, the FedEx is happy, the UPS is happy, the post office is happy, the people going to the grocery store are happy, all thanks to you, because you make our city safer. So I am just in closing to say I thank you because the work that you have done, whether it's in the courts or advocacy for your people who are visually blind, visually challenged, but however, it has been helpful to the entire city. And I know it's a lot of work. People put a tremendous amount of their personal time, whether it's for jobs, as was indicated earlier, whether it's for better public service, policy, or just to help your family. You make our city better for everyone. So I want to thank this community, and particularly Karen, for this award. But I also want to say you are the visionary, not me. And I want to thank you for honoring me, and I want to thank Matt Sapolin because he certainly did a lot for all of us. Thank you very, very much.